Hey, what's going on, everyone? So we recently just got an update on ATASX for the heat map, and so I wanted to kind of walk through some of the new features there. I was able to use it today for trading, and it performed a lot better. I think CPU was like 120% or so on my Mac, and whereas before when I was trading with it, CPU would spike to like 500, 600%, which was ridiculous and it just caused problems. Today I didn't really have too many problems. I didn't really have any problems with the heat map, but I did have a delay in some of the data feed for like a minute or two. And I don't know if that was related to DX feed or the heat map itself. But overall, it was pretty good. And so I just wanted to walk through and do a quick demo, and just kind of walk through some of the features that you get. Um, and so they shipped a lot more cool stuff. They got the smart DOM, bit and ass tape, and all that. So, a lot more cool things are coming to ATASX, which is really exciting. But if you hop into the heat map, we'll choose our instrument here. We'll hop into NQ. It's near the end of the day here, or end of the market session. So we'll catch some data here. So you see that loaded pretty fast. That's pretty great. It loaded. So there's this database thing where you can, I guess, manage like the history. And so now it's, we're kind of recording history. So you have that and you can kind of scroll back. I read somewhere in the release notes that it also is going to support replay soon. I don't know if that's available yet. I haven't seen a way to do that, but that's going to be really cool when that's available. Um, More drawing tools. I think all this was here before, and you can kind of hop back to live, which is really cool. I really like it. It's moving really well. It moves like liquid, which is great. You can like easily see the levels and things like that. I was talking about you can kind of manage history, and I guess you can load history with DX feed here. This I need to figure this out because I'm on DX feed, but I don't have that there. So maybe they're just kind of building the backend to have it ready. And then for the heat map itself, nothing much changes there, but now that you have the ability to kind of set your colors and have your templates. And so, this is kind of my template that I like for my heat map. This is how it's supposed to be, where it was a very fast change. So that was really, really cool. And, moving really, really good. I mean, there's still some patchiness, but maybe there's just no activity at these levels, I guess. 32, I mean, it seems doubtful. Yeah, there's some activity. So you can kind of see there's still a little bit of patchiness. And so there's that. But overall, it's working good. Some of the cool indicators that I like, and this is one of them that I'm keeping on my chart, is this market pressure. So you can kind of see like who's winning. But it has some pretty cool indicators like this. Oh, I took it off. I'll put it back. Has the market pressure. I haven't quite figured out the short, medium, long preset, and so I think that's just maybe like the window type of thing. It has CVD. We'll add that. We'll add the information of price. We'll add price changes, and then also the value area, and I'll apply. But you can see there's a lot of great new features here visually, right? So you can kind of see price changes over, I guess, a rolling period. This is actually really cool. So you can kind of see like price versus like CVD, or for instance. So that's pretty cool. Also, you have the value area there. I think it also plotted like different levels and things like that. And so, I think they're building more features into it, which is really cool. You can draw on it, which is cool, and all that. Also, another thing that I noticed also is you can trade. And so you can trade here. I don't have my trading account connected, but you can trade. Actually, you can trade because when I was using this during the morning session, I was placing a trade and I noticed that the position was also on the heat map. So now you can trade directly on the heat map, which is pretty cool. If you like see it and it's like, oh, it got to this level, I want to buy and place it on the heat map. You can do that. You buy your limit, stop here. So that's pretty cool. You can change your instrument on the right click. So that's very convenient, drawing and all that. So I think they're making progress. It looks really good. I like it. It still has some quirks. I need to figure out the history for the DX feed because I am on the DX feed myself, and I don't know how to load history quite yet. And you can have all these. The 3D mode. Oh, 3D mode's cool, and this is the first time I'm looking at 3D mode in a while. So that's kind of cool. So they got like this whole like thing to make it visually appealing. There's interesting that there's like some gaps here, right? And so you can see like a lot of little walls, some big walls. For me, I'm more of a 2D person, I think, but I do like the 3D there. They are making progress. It is working better. It's not crashing my computer, but yeah, this might be the time to hop on the ATAS if you're waiting for the heat map to get better. The only thing that's missing for me is syncing, the price axes with other charts. Like once it has that, it's going to be the best. And so I'm looking forward to that. But I have incorporated the heat map back into my workspace for normal day trading. And so we'll just kind of see how that kind of plays out. Cool. Well, just wanted to show a lot of great stuff is happening. You just got to kind of be patient with the team as they kind of work through things. I was definitely, I wasn't using the heat map at all for trading, and now I'm excited that I can. So it's looking good. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Good luck, and don't get caught.